may have just made a horrible mistake.
I'm sorry, 539. I'm sorry.
I freaking missed.
It's that magical time of year. South Dakota's East River deer season. Chasing big bucks is hands down one of my favorite pastimes. We have a system, and that system seems to work. And all this starts several days before the opener. We hit the road and watch from a distance. I 100% believe that scouting is a must-do before every time out.
Too low, so I'll get up on top of this rise a little bit.
There's a buck. Is he coming this way? Yep. Holy fuck.
You got your phone then?
1, 2, 3. Yes, I do. We need a full picture of that. That is a just enough. That's a stud. He's massive. Just a stud. Man, he's a giant.
He'll look good on your wall.
Scouting is so much more than watching deer. It tells us where we should focus our energy and how we should best approach the situation. Knowing what could be an area will help us identify specific animals come opener. Not to mention the window of opportunity from hours invested can come down to only a few seconds. The real question is, will I be ready once the opportunity is there?
We have 3 good deer spotted in our neck of the woods. We're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best. However, conditions have not gotten better. She's snowing pretty good right now, which I don't think will last long. However, the fog's making it hard to see what's coming from more than a quarter to a half mile away.
I disagree with that somewhat. It's about 65 degrees in here.
I'm nervous, man. This is kind of like one of those bucks that gets me excited. And it could be sitting at 150 yards in the grass. But he is a stud if it's him. But there's 3 of them in this area. I just kind of got my heart set on one particular deer. Never seen one like this before. And drop tine is like
Redonkulous?
redonkulous. Never shot a drop tine. We think a guy. No, he's not standing. Just a second, I gotta find it back and get me. You know that machine shed?
Mm-hmm.
Right hand side straight down in the grass.
Machine shed right inside straight down.
No, I don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Heads down.
Okay, so
There he is. He's really thick on the one side like that buck. He's just into enough contrast you can't tell. 1, 2, 3.
6x3.
This one beam looks kind of weak.
It's only a 3 on one side, huh?
Yeah. Might have a broken tine. So it'd be on his right side. Yeah, it's just weak on the one side. It's like a club that comes out. He's a cool deer. He's a big deer. He's mature too. It's heavy. Well, yours was kind of like a club on one side per se too, wasn't it? Right. From what I remember, anyways.
Opening morning came and went, and we called it. Like many times when weather strikes, animals will hunker down and stay put until it passes. We knew there was a good chance for deer to be bedded in the tall grass without us seeing them, while that story unfolded right in front of us. That buck was mature, and in a normal situation probably would have received a pickup ride home had it not been all busted up.
Right here we got some Jimmy Dean. I don't know what they are. I call it roll-up. Taste a couple of them. Little biscuit filled with sausage, egg, and cheese goodness. A little something here. I got my oven up to the perfect temp. Oh, son of a buck. That was gonna be a half a one. Now we wait.
Our stand is strategically placed for a normal South Dakota winter northwest wind. Most South Dakota farmers practice crop rotation, which dramatically influences travel. This happens to be a corn year, which is typically better of the two. We waited almost all morning to see one of the 3 bucks from scouting, and it wasn't until just after lunch Mr. Droptine made an appearance 3/4 of a mile away. It's rut, and he's chasing to single out a doe. Near the water treatment area of all places. Apparently thought no other buck would be dumb enough to go here. Quite genius, I believe. He didn't come back out of cover until just before sunset, closing the door of opening day.
Range him once, will ya? 265. Can you range him again? 236. Ready? Yep. Straight to the ground.
Straight down.
Put it on the high shoulder, thinking I didn't want him to run away. Straight down. I think he's a 9-point.
You look good, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, good enough for a guy like me. Yeah, it's day 2, the morning of. We got a lot of deer coming around, so we don't want to get out and get him yet, but he's down. Yes, finally.
Dave's been texting me nonstop.
He's not even moving at all, is he?
No, he just tipped right over.
That's good.
That's a good deer too.
Isn't it? I wasn't looking
I
at
don't know if he's a giant, but he's a good one.
Yeah, I don't think he's a giant either. He's just a respectable deer.
Oh, there's a bunch of deer running.
Good. Any good ones?
That's what I know.
We opted to wait before going to retrieve Joel's deer. Our 2 biggest concerns is not being able to see from the ground, as well as spreading human scent right through the projected shooting area. So we waited till after lunch to make sure everything was settled in for the day.
This is a 3-meat combo for lunch today, boys.
It's not delivery.
It's I'll tell you what, there's something about having a hot meal in here though.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's like a perfect crunch and everything.
The drop tine or dagger buck has been camping across the section 1 mile from us all morning, getting up long enough to stretch and keep his doe within a comfortable distance. Our only option is to wait it out and watch, hoping they will work back closer to us.
He's got some wide shoulders, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a big body, I'll give him that. Like that truck right there that's coming up forward. Or Toyota, whatever it is, they've got to be able to see them. It's amazing that a deer of that caliber will sit a half mile outside of town and nobody looks.
I know, that's nuts.
If that was me, I'd be on the brakes so hard the anti-lock should be going off.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't got the best look at him, so he's a 4x4 or
5x5 mainframe. But when we counted, he was 6x8.
look at him right there like that. Maybe 140. What are you thinking?
I think with all those extra points, even though that one's broke off, he could rival one of my biggest whitetails.
All afternoon, the whole herd managed to get a little bit closer and closer and closer, but stayed just out of my comfort zone and not exposing the vitals quite how I like. These prairie bucks really like to use the wide open country to their advantage as a safety cushion. Just when we think nothing is going our way, things change.
He's walking this way.
Just let him clear that grass. I think he will.
I think he's gonna head south.
Yeah, I think you're right. No, it's nowhere now, I think. As soon as he stops. Right on the shoulder, back. Stop, dude. Stop.
Behind him.
I missed him?
Yep. To the right, you're shot right to the right of him.
It's got to be further than 368.
I'm sorry, 539. I'm sorry.
I broke one of the biggest rules in shooting 101. Don't jerk the trigger. In nearly 40 years of hunting, I can't count on both hands how many times I've done that. A lesson learned I thought I'd never do again. In the heat of the moment, I rushed the shot. It's pretty late in the day, and we figured now is a good time as ever to go get Joel's buck.
So for now, we're gonna get him drugged back to the shack. We're gonna see if we can get my man Jeff another one here. We know there's another pretty good one in the area. So we're gonna see if we can get an opportunity at him. But for now, we got about a 300-yard drag. We're gonna get him back to there. Let's go get another one. East River 2022.
I freaking missed. That happens. You don't miss very much, boys and girls.
Maybe I got buck fever, maybe I didn't, but
I will say you're probably more worked up over this one than I've seen you in a while. But it ain't over till it's over.
So we got about 45 minutes. The neighboring landowner gave us permission to go out and look for it. And we are going to cross our fingers and hope we can narrow that distance down.
After watching this day play out, we decided on a last-ditch effort. We knew we had to go to him. As we entered the area, we immediately spotted a mature buck. Assuming that was him, we tried to get into position, completely disregarding all predator instincts. Just too many eyes in this area, and one of them saw us before we saw them. Today just wasn't meant to be, so back to camp with my tail tucked to regroup and plan for a solo run by myself in the morning, as Joel had to head back. Morning number 3, a solo run by myself. I held no hope for this day to end with a punch tag, but I wasn't going to stay in bed after investing so many hours into the season. It's extremely quiet out. The faint sound in the background is the road noise of vehicles traveling down the 4-lane 2 miles away. After waiting for legal light, never in my life would I have expected the next sound I hear to change the whole outcome of this hunt. Anything can happen, and often in only a few moments. Holy crap. Here he comes.
Oh my gosh. No freaking way. No freaking way this should be happening right now. Holy crap.
If I'm honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wandering the ruins, looking for a place to start. If I'm honest, I don't know who I am. All I see is a man who's waiting for a wake-up call.
Watched this guy for 4 days. 4 days we found him pre-season scouting. He was on the property we could hunt, but he eluded us. Last night I got a shot, we misranged him, and I shot underneath him, and he came back by the stroke of luck. And here he is. Look at that stuff. Isn't that crazy? I don't think he's going to be the biggest, but dang, he's going to be one of the better. That wraps it up, man. I'm almost speechless. Hunt hard, hunt safe, have a successful season. We'll see you next time right here in Wild Dakota, where we're born free, we live wild. And man, are we proud to be American.
To mature, one realizes you only become who you are through failure, humiliation, betrayal, and most of all, not giving up. The real question, what is the difference between an amateur and a professional, is quite simple. An amateur will focus their energy until they get it right. A professional will focus their energy until they can't get it wrong. I may not be a true professional, but I am passionate. Passion drives that hunger, creating opportunities, and these are the dreams waiting in tomorrow's sunrise. That is why I love the outdoors.
There's where your buck fell dead. And there's where mine lays, literally 1 yard away.